Hello, welcome Sagittarius to your June 22nd through June 30th, 2021 general read. We are officially out of Mercury retrograde, even though there's still a shadow period, as you can tell. But the major stuff um, should be going a lot better. Now that Mercury is direct, we should be feeling and thinking and speaking um, a lot better than what we have been the last couple weeks. And we are also unofficially Cancer season. So the sun moves to your 8th house, which is the Scorpio house, which is like taxes, death or rebirth, transformation, endings, beginnings, spiritual quest, dealing with your demons, your flaws, improving, quiet time, because we're manifesting here. So, enough of that. Let's see what we have. For June 22nd, we have the 10 of Swords. So, as I was saying, endings, beginnings. The 10 of Swords is a 10. And swords are mental, so there's a completion here. It's not the best card of the deck, but I don't think there's really the worst card either. I don't think there is a worst card or a horrible card. I feel like every card here always gives you room for improvement. I feel like this ending either already happened, is on the verge of happening, but for the most part, I feel like it's happening, has happened, and we're just depleted. We're feeling like at our lowest at this point. Mentally, it's just like we're completely drained here, and what you need to realize is that this is a 10, and after 10 it goes right back to 1. So where there's an ending, there's always a beginning. So it's like it can't get any worse than this, honestly. So it's just going on up from here. But let's go ahead and clarify. Okay, the King of Swords. So I feel like there was a little bit of a harsh ending here. Either it was completely silent, like somebody's not speaking, or what I'm getting for the most part is like there was an argument or somebody said some rude things. The Knight of Swords in reverse is pretty rude, pretty hasty, doesn't think before they speak type of energy. So somebody here didn't think before they spoke and said some hurtful things or things they should have said that set somebody off, or just had them end something, or maybe they ended something abruptly. Maybe they did, or maybe you did. Regardless, there was an ending here that wasn't so peaceful. For a small fraction of you, I feel like, not that it was peaceful, it's just more like you never really heard from someone. It's more like you took the silence as an ending. But for the most part, I feel like there was a little bit of a disconnect. Like there was some rudeness here for whatever reason. I'm getting like some like you came at me incorrectly. So yeah, no. But for June 23rd, we have the 8 of Swords. So I feel like this has you confused, It's almost like someone came in and left, or maybe you thought something was going somewhere. You thought you understood something, we were on the same page with someone, and it just ended, right? Like for whatever reason, rudely, or just not hearing back from someone regardless. Like it ended and it has you confused in your head about it. You're just kind of like, what now? It's like you're not really sure and hesitant on how to move forward or what direction to take, which is usually not like Sagittarius, but for whatever reason, again, we all go through feelings and highs and lows. It's like everybody feels here. So I feel right now, again, it goes with the time. The sun is in the 8th house. Cancer season is going to have you really evaluate a lot of things in your life. So it can be blind at first. It can be a bit confusing. It can be a lot. It's like you hit out of nowhere or whatnot. And we had Mercury retrograde. So, when Mercury was in retrograde, for the most part, it was in your 7th house. Gemini season here, and you know, there could have been a lot of changes within a partnership. You know, some of you guys maybe got single, or separated if you're married or whatever. If it's not a relationship, because it is a general read, it could just be an ending towards anything, a job, moving, right? Like an ending to a roommate, to living in a certain neighborhood. There's some type of ending here in your life. Apply it as is, and it has you a bit confused. You're just kind of in your head about it. It's like something you're not seeing here, or you didn't see. It's clarified by the Three of Cups in the upright. So it's like, what happened? We were having a good time. Things were going good. I was having a good time, and then now I'm flipping confused. For some of you, it could have been a third party situation. But for the most part, I feel like maybe you were out and you heard something, or you were having a good time and all of a sudden you're just confused. Like things were going good and now it's like, what the flip happened, right? Again, small portion of you could have been a third party situation, but for the most part here, when I see the Three of Cups in the upright, it just really, I do feel like it was some type of celebration or happiness or having a good time out with people. And for whatever reason, I feel like you either felt something off in the social setting, heard something, or maybe it was just good times with a person, or having a good time with people around you, or like a meeting went well, or you thought everything was an agreement, right? And all of a sudden, like, not so much. So you're just a bit like confused in your head about it. For June 24th, we have the Lovers in the upright, so that's beautiful, okay? We're going to clarify, there's a mutual connection here, a mutual, like, attraction, okay? But it's clarified by the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords, when it's in the upright, I don't like it. If it's reversed, it's nice because it talks about no longer wanting to be like conniving, or no longer wanting to argue or be selfish or whatever. But when it's in the upright, I feel like that's exactly it. It's just like maybe somebody was being conniving and selfish, or just argumentative, or just petty, just like childish, right? And from this energy, they went from that to wanting to come towards you, or it could be vice versa. You could have been coming towards somebody else. It is mutual, so I feel like you will hear back. Like the interest would definitely be mutual, or this could be a completely different person, but I'm getting the feeling that it's the same person. I don't know. It's like maybe a renewal for some. For others, yeah, it's completely new. I feel like if it's new, or a new attraction, a new opportunity of some sort, this is coming from a time where you're looking back at past hurt and past situations that maybe weren't 100% fulfilled to your liking, and so we're just kind of looking back at it, and then right when we don't see it coming, boom, like the Lovers show up. I feel like you didn't see, because he's looking back, so, and then like the Lovers just pops up here. So for some of you, I feel like love hits you out of nowhere, or you hear back from someone out of nowhere. It's like it's like this is not the best energy, but somehow somebody comes and kind of gets us out of that, right? Or it could be you, but whatever this opportunity is, I feel like it is getting you out of this funk. For others, if this is a new person, I would again, if this is a completely new person and they come out of nowhere, I would proceed with caution. Mercury's no longer direct. We're in the shadow period, but that doesn't mean anything. It just means that things are okay to go forward, but you still should always be cautious in anything and everything in life, no matter what the time period of the year is. So I feel like they might not have the best intentions at first, or maybe they I don't know. I just feel like they don't have the best intentions. So I would proceed with caution at first. Take your time, get to know them. if it's a new person. If it's someone from the past, right, I feel like it's some type of renewal from this pettiness here. I don't feel like they're completely changed, but I feel like they're trying to spark something up again. For the 25th, we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. So like I said, I don't feel that it's a very honest energy, whether we're talking about past or new. But this could also be completely different. Again, it all depends. I will clarify in a second. But the Ace of Pentacles talks about an offer, right? And a pretty big offer. It's a huge pentacle here. And when it's reversed, it's like we're losing money, we're overspending, we're not hearing back from maybe some financial news that we were hoping for, court related things, or maybe applying for a job, an investment didn't really it wasn't really worth it, or just not hearing back from an offer you were trying to hear from. Maybe you were looking for a new place to live, right? And you put an offer on the table, and you know, somebody else put a higher bid or something, like somewhere along those lines. It's like when it comes down to financial gain, it doesn't come through. So it's either a loss or it just doesn't come through on this day, which is the 25th. But let's go ahead and clarify. Okay, so for those, as I was saying, going back, I'm not trying to make this a love reading, but if the cards are saying a little bit kind of is, then I'm gonna go ahead and go with that. For those of you that this might be a love reading, especially if you're single and dating, yeah, so someone from the past, right? Someone from the past is returning, but they're not offering shit. Excuse my French. So again, their intentions are not the best. Remember what I was saying. So I would just proceed with caution. Maybe you knew about this person already. Maybe you yourself, you're like, yeah, no, I don't trust this person. Maybe this is you, right? And so you're not accepting the offer or whatever. I'm not really mad at you though. I feel like you should. You're taking your time. You should proceed with caution. The Eight of Cups talks about a return from the past. Okay, it is emotions, so it's something that you walked away from, that at one point meant a lot to you, but we're walking away from it, and as a result of that, no, somebody's returning, something's returning, maybe reminiscing or something, but like, you know, that door is like reopening, like someone returned but didn't offer anything. Or for others of you, you're hoping for someone to return, but they're not returning, the offer's not coming through. Right, like that response, that connection again is like not really coming through. For the 26th, we have the Hermits, which is a major arcana card along with the Lovers. You could be dealing with the Gemini here, by the way, but doesn't have to be. However, the Hermit is also another major arcana card. It is, I believe, the Virgo card, so you could be dealing with a Virgo, but for the most part, the Hermit talks about going within. It's the time out. It's a lot of silence here, right? We are trying to soul search and figure ourselves out, and in order to do that, you have to retreat. So it's like going on retreat and trying to see the light here on things that really matter, and trying to work with what we got. So I feel like you're trying to find answers within. Again, the 8th house really does make you do that. It's like you have to deal with karmic cycles here and deal with the demons and solve the problem, or break the cycle, or just make some type of change for growth here. That's what this house asks for you to do for the most part. So let's clarify. The Hangman, clarified by another major arcana. So in the upright, so it's like we went from like hanging out, right, waiting around for something to happen, going with the flow, just like you know, trying to be lighthearted and a bit positive here, but then there's some things that weren't either coming through or playing out the way you wanted them to, and so it's calling for you to just kind of dig a little deeper within yourself and for answers, and it's just asking for quiet time. That's really what I'm getting. For the 27th, we have the Page of Swords. You have a lot of swords here, a few cups and pentacles, but for the most part, and major arcanas. But for the most part, we have we have a lot of swords. And the Page of Swords, I don't like him, but he is better when he's in the upright than reverse. And the Page of Swords is like very light communication, okay? It's not like a full-blown conversation, but it's very lighthearted. So it could be even like small talk. But regardless, it's just like a hey, how are you? How you doing? Whatever. It could be you, it could be somebody else. There's light and just like there's a little bit of information coming towards you. There's a little bit of conversation coming towards you, right? It is communication. It doesn't know a lot. It could be a younger energy, or it just doesn't know enough about the topic or what they're talking about or what they're doing. But they're just trying to start at least. So it's a very new and like immature. It doesn't have to be in a negative way. I'll clarify. I'll tell you right now. Let's see. Okay, Queen of Wands. Yeah, so it doesn't have to be in a negative way. I feel like this person is passionate and just decides to spark up a conversation with you, whatever that may be. But the Queen of Wands is a very confident woman, and she's sitting her throne, protected by her cat here, and she's chilling. She knows what she brings to the table. She gets the attention without even trying. She's confident. She radiates good energy and just like unbothered. You know, she really knows what she is worth, just her value. So she's not really worried about anything. You know, she doesn't feel threatened by anything or anyone. She's herself, and she could be fiery, but in a good way. So I feel like this clarifying the Page of Swords is like someone decided to just maybe start, like I said, start a conversation. This person, if it's a conversation, could probably be the type that uses exclamation points and capital letters, right? Like just a little bit, or at least like when they really express themselves, it's like you can see it or hear it in their voice. They could be a little bit of energetic or very confident. But regardless, I feel like they will entertain you or you will entertain them. This is a nice energy here. So very beginner's level. Okay, very beginner's level. I will say that. For the 28th, we have the Queen of Swords. Again, more swords. So you're responding. I feel like it's you. Could be somebody else, but I feel like it's you. Queen of Swords is honestly the Queen of Swords and Wands remind me of each other. This could be two different people. This could be a woman conversing with you. For some. For others, one is just more fiery than the other one. The other one sounds, I mean, they both sound very confident and they're both very clear. But I feel like one has more passion and the other one has more logic towards a topic here, right? So like one sounds a little bit maybe more excited or more enthusiastic in regards to something than the other, but regardless, I just feel like there's two confident women here. And well, the Queen of Swords is someone that is cutthroat. She doesn't try to be rude, but she can come rude only because there is no extra spice to her words, right? There's no like personality to her words. It's more like she's very firm and stern. It's like, this is what it is. I'm not, bending the rules for you, this and this and that. So it's kind of what I'm getting. So I feel like somebody here is slightly more mature or looking at something in a different perspective than the other person. And this comes off some silence. Again, with the Hermit, I feel like the Four of Swords, more swords. It's, there was rest mode. You had some time to think and you're clear on something. And I feel like you are speaking about it and you're not playing any games about it. So there's a lot of swords. I feel like you're in your head a lot the next couple of days. You're really trying to make sense out of things that are going on in your life. So for Dang, was that the 28th? I always do this. I always forget. I say 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th. Yeah, 29th, sorry. So for the 29th, we have the moon in reverse. Now, when I was shuffling your card, Sag, I have seen the moon come up, but it was in the upright, and the Emperor also I saw pop out. I saw the Emperor pop out, and then I happened to glance also at the moon in the upright, but the Emperor was reversed. So there's definitely some confidence lacking here. Not, you know what? No, because again, I see a queen. I see two queens, one wands and one swords. You know what it is? The Emperor sometimes when it's reversed, if we're not talking about confidence, we're definitely talking about leadership. Okay, maybe we're lacking some leadership or some drive, some initiation towards something. It's like we're lacking. But I did see that, but I mean it's not coming up here. However, the moon is now here, but reverse. So secrets are coming out. Okay, secrets are coming out. Secrets don't have to be bad. Simply could be something that somebody was holding within. They weren't ready to talk about it, or it just the topic didn't come up yet, or whatever. But somebody's expressing what they've been thinking and feeling for the most part, because the moon is emotion. So I feel like it is tied to the heart more than the brain. But yeah, definitely something that somebody was keeping within, and they're deciding to share it and put it out in the open. Clarify by judgment. Okay, so somebody I feel felt like this is what they needed to do. Okay, Judgment's a major arcana card. It talks about literally just that, judgment. We're looking over something and trying to give our better judgment on it. And so I think once you did that, or somebody here did that, they decided to speak up on it. Okay, I feel like you've had to take some time to reevaluate something again, and where, you know, somebody here is coming out. So I feel like somebody, you know, this could be even two separate energies where like somebody's having a conversation and then somebody else comes out and decides to spill the beans on something, or just be expressive about something, or it could all just be like you. But regardless, there's a lot going on with communication and mentally. For the 30th, we have the Six of Swords, which talks about moving on and moving away. It's the water Uber, as I hear on YouTube, which is kind of funny. But yeah, it's moving. Okay, so you could be traveling, you could be actually just moving, or just going on vacation or whatnot. But I feel like you're not alone. If you are alone, maybe your goal is to, you know, meet people, or meet the one, or, you know, just like meet people that you feel at home with, right? But regardless, somebody's leaving here. Okay, at least mentally they are, like they left. Okay, let's clarify. Yeah, okay, so the Five of Wands reverse talks about not being victorious on something, maybe not really getting the appreciation, glorification, the attention you feel like you should have gotten, not the win you felt like you should have gotten. Something here I feel like didn't fulfill you, didn't make you feel victorious, on top of your game. So somebody, could be you or somebody else, but somebody here left because of that. So somebody felt like there was no winning here, so let me just, you know, hit the road type of situation. But yeah, for the most part, I feel like we're doing a lot of inner work. I feel like, I don't know why, for some I feel like you heard something you weren't really a fan of, and you're just like whatever. But for others, I feel like you're just trying to see if something is worth working on or not. I feel like regardless, for the most part in your life, you're really in your head about your next move. And I feel like this is a birth of something, right? I feel like you didn't hear exactly what you wanted, and so you're just thinking about plan B, and or how you can make that work. You took time to yourself to rest, to go within, and I feel like you still didn't fully get what you wanted. So now you're like, all right, plan B. But yeah, so that's all I have for you, Sagittarius, and I will see you next week. Bye.